Come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. Let's talk Leave It to Stevie Season 1, Episode 6. Okay, so you know you got the three jokers that we always have. That damn Joe, or Jock rather, young Jock, Stevie, and Scrappy. And something I noticed throughout this process, Scrappy is actually losing weight and it actually looks nice. He's looking good. He's losing weight and he's looking good. I just looked at Scrappy, I was like, well, look at him. He said you look kind of nice with your little self. But they were going wall climbing, and that's when we kind of found out right away that Scrappy has a fear of heights. And you know what? I understand. It's weird. I am a roller coaster lover. You understand me? I am a bitch that turn me upside down, twirl me, and I'm all in. I've been on the roller coasters where you stand up in the whole 9 yards. But for some reason, within the last, I'll say 10 years, it's a thing with heights. It just fucks with me. I don't know what it's about. And I'm telling you, I love Cedar Point, love King's Dominion, all that type of shit. But there's just certain points on the ride that I just can't do it. I just be like, I works through it, child. I works through it. But here in Pittsburgh, there's a roller coaster called Steel Phantom. Now, you know, I done rode the Steel Phantom 972 times. But the very first hill there's this whole situation when you get to the top of the first hill, the roller coaster, it literally, the way the track is, it dips down and then it kind of curves and then down. That dip, I can't. That dip fucks me up every time that I works through it. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know how you get a fear of heights later on in life. I don't like balconies now. Like, I don't like standing on balconies and shit like that. Can't do it. Can't do it. Standing on a balcony, wrong answer. Nothing like hanging over. Like when you go to a stadium or a place like that and the seats, you know, when you're up real high up in peanut heaven and you got to walk and it looks like when you walk to the end, like there's nothing, I can't. That bothers the hell out of me. But anyway, okay, moving on. Down off my soapbox, boom, 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 bam, and let's move on. Okay, so Scrappy is afraid of heights. Scrappy couldn't get up that wall. He went a couple steps up. He's like, can't do this. So this was their theme for the show. They were going to deal with their fears. We found out Scrappy's afraid of heights. Jock is afraid of clowns, which I can't imagine because that motherfucker is a clown. And Stevie is afraid of horses. You're afraid of big dogs, because that's all a horse is, child. To me, it just reminds me of a big dog, honey. Just big and stupid. But anyway, so they were going to actually deal with those things, and they did throughout the program. All while that's going on, Savannah and Sade were actually having lunch, and Stevie came in. They had already talked about Savannah has this little boyfriend. Cute little thing. He was a cute little guy. And Stevie came in and they were talking about a date and she's talking about she want money for the date or whatever. So Stevie said, well, no problem, but I'm going to go and I'm going to chaperone. Later on, Sade takes Stevie through, she's going to school. She's taking some psychology classes. So she did an ink blot test situation and she sat through it with Stevie. And she told Stevie, you know what, from what I'm seeing here, I'm not no licensed psychologist, but I'm seeing a lot of paranoia in you. And again, and it's natural. Being the dirty dick dog ass motherfucker that Stevie J has been over the years, I can imagine him having a paranoia when it comes to his girls and them dating, because remember, what comes around goes around. So Stevie was really bad. They took the date, he chaperoned, he was aggravating on the date. He didn't want him touching. He didn't want him holding hands. He kept sitting in between them. Just embarrassed Savannah altogether. Later on, he took her to a boxing ring. She beat the shit out of Stevie. I said, she worked out her first race. She kept popping her dad out. He said, oh. I said, but she told him, you got to back off. You know, you embarrassed me. He was embarrassing. He was being a bit much. Quite a bit much. But anyway, so, okay, let's talk about these fears. So they end up taking that damn Scrappy to one of those air chambers. Child, if Scrappy ain't look, they put him in one of them jumpsuits. I said, now I told y'all Scrappy losing weight. But if he didn't look like a walrus in that jumpsuit, honey, because he was just scared, and him being scared, he wasn't graceful. The guy was trying to hold him up. He was just looking big and dumpy and goofy. I said, oh, poor thing. He floated a little bit. He was maybe 3 feet off the ground. He ain't go up real high. And he was like, oh, my chest is hurting. This, that. He was really scared, for real. I was like, oh, poor thing. So that was funny to actually see. Because you know he's a vicious shit talker. So to actually see him really scared, and he was really scared. I said, oh, he's a mess. So I laughed at him. Then they end up getting Jock. They take Jock to a recording studio. They in there telling me they want him to lay some tracks down. He in there spitting and carrying on, doing his little bars. And the next thing you know, they got this motherfucking clown with these raggedy ass teeth, honey. That clown was a mess. And honey, you sing Jock, child. His ass was scared. Do you hear me? He seen that clown. You would have thought he actually seen the clown from American Horror Story. Honey, he jumped back, honey, and went back up in the booth, and he was locked in like he's in the booth. He got the cherry like, I ain't fucking playing. He locked himself in the booth. So I ain't fucking playing. I was dying. Y'all know Stevie and Scrappy standing on the outside with the clown saying, in the glass. I said, they some dirty motherfuckers. Jock was like, I don't give a fuck. That motherfucker looked like he kills people. I'm not coming out here. I cracked up laughing. And they took Stevie down. And Stevie, it wasn't too big of a thing. You know, he got up on the damn horse and they rode the horse. It wasn't too bad. But I'm telling you, that shit with that clown and young Jock, I was so goddamn tickled. That was a hot ass mess. That was it. This was actually a funny episode. This episode was one of the better since Stevie's been on with his own thing, even with that Stevie and Jocelyn. This was one of the better episodes. It was really good. It was funny as hell. All right, I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye, y'all.